So can you give us an example of a situation where you're having one of those negative emotions?
If I lose $800 in the casino, the feeling of losing money sucks.
All right. What is it about that bothers you the most?
A sense of lessening of options, lessening of possibilities, fear that I won't have what I need in order to continue doing what I want to do.
So those are conditions, but what is it that really bothers you about having lost the $800?
Because if I was tuned in, tapped on, and all that stuff, I'd be winning. You know, I'm not winning.
So
I want to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on as much as possible, deliberately. So I love how I can also, I love that first guy who came up and gave thank yous to everything, you know. And so I thanked the fact that I lost that money because it heightened my desire for more money. And sometimes feeling a lack of desire is worse than anything.
Because you want to feel alive, and you want to feel in charge, and you want to feel tuned in, and you want to feel in control of your own experience. You want to be the deliberate creator of your experience. So now you've laid a little basis for us here. So let's take this subject of winning in the casino. Let's just start with the subject of winning in the casino. So talk to us about what that gambling experience is like.
It's like constant feedback on your alignment. You push the button and it tells you if you were happy enough to win money. I love that feeling.
Is it a short-term, accurate reflection of where you are, or is it a long-term representation of your general path?
It seems like it's both, because you can override your general vibration leading up to this day and moment with an intense belief and desire and emotion.
So let's say that you're on your way to the casino. You've decided that you're going to go, and you've decided that you're going to do a little preliminary work along the way. So you acknowledge that this is an environment where some people win and some people lose. So you think about, is that right?
No.
This is an environment where some people win and some people lose. Can you feel that there's an introduction of a wobble right there at the beginning? So you decide you're going to clean that up a little bit in the conditional reality that you're accustomed to working in, let's say. So some people win and some people lose, but it is possible to win. In fact, I have had the experience of winning. In fact, I've had the experience of being able to feel my way along. I remember knowing that I should have bailed out. I remember having that feeling that I should quit while I'm ahead. And I remember that feeling of pushing through and continuing anyway, only to prove to myself that that earlier feeling was an accurate feeling and therefore beneficial. So I'm going to try to convince myself through thinking in terms of action that I can have a winning experience at the casino that I'm going to today. So I'm going to take out my book of positive aspects, and I'm going to write about the positive aspects of the gambling experience. Gambling can be fun. Gambling can be fun. Winning is fun. I have money that it won't kill me to lose. I'm willing to take the risk in spending this money. We're not getting very far, are we? In other words, there's just such a wobble in it, and it feels hard to talk myself into this. I actually know too much about gambling. I've actually had too many experiences with gambling. The casinos were not built with winners' money. If you have never heard that before, you'll never forget it now. So it's like stepping in to an environment like that in the traditional way of trying to hype yourself up into it or practice yourself into it While it is possible under some conditions to improve your vibration, what usually happens is that the longer you think about it, as you're thinking about it in the details, the greater the wobble becomes, because I want to win, but I don't always. And sometimes I win, but often I don't. And overall, is it a break-even situation for you, or are you...
Lifetime I'm up.
Lifetime I'm up, but what's today?
Yeah.
Now remember, this whole conversation, this is not a conversation about gambling. This is a conversation about unconditional love. This is a conversation about unconditional alignment. What we are wanting to point out here is that when you approach it in any rational, normal way that you're thinking about it, even the things that you've learned from us about positive intent and deliberate creation, you are introducing as much contradictory to it as you are positive to it, of as much of what you don't want as you are about what you do want, as you focus upon it because you know too much about it. So now, we want to ask you some easy questions. What does it feel like when you win?
It feels like alignment. It feels exciting.
Give us, if you can, brief, even singular word, emotional answers.
The time I won a lot of money, I didn't even feel excited. It felt just natural and logical.
Like the next logical step.
Yeah.
Like the next logical step, because it was the next logical step. When you're right there about to receive something that you're already in alignment with, there's no big thing about it. That's the most important thing that anybody said in the whole time that we've been together. Is that once you've practiced the vibration of where you want to be, you're already there before it even happens. So when it happens, it's not a big surprise. Well, you got there faster than we meant to, so we're going to back up just a little bit. Because that is the most important distinction. So what does it feel like to win? Just give us a singular word.
Exciting.
Exciting. What does it feel like to be in an environment where the potential of winning is there?
Possibilities possible.
Is that exciting?
Yeah.
Does it feel good to anticipate winning?
Yes.
Does it feel good to be in an environment where more people are anticipating winning?
Yeah.
So is the gambling experience a good feeling experience?
Yes.
Does it feel free in that environment? Do you feel free in that environment?
Yes.
Do emotions feel stronger in an environment like that?
Yes.
Does the process of the experience sometimes amp up enthusiasm?
Yes.
Does the process of the experience, can you feel when it's moving in a direction that's serving you? In other words, can you feel the momentum of your emotion?
Yes.
Does the gambling experience feel like an ear to the ground on how you're feeling?
Yes.
Is the condition more relevant than the way you're feeling, or less relevant than the way you're feeling?
Less relevant.
Do you have control over the way you feel in the gambling experience?
Yes.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
You know that now. I've got control over the way I feel in the gambling experience. So why am I gambling? Why are you gambling?
It's why do you do anything? Why not just lay in bed and feel good all day? You know, it's to experience.
So what are you looking for in the gambling experience?
Alignment.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
When that is really true, and it is in this moment, when the answer is not because I need the money for this, because the money in this conversation, in this incredibly wonderful conversation, the money is the condition that you don't have control over. The emotion is what you do have control over. And as you start exercising the control that you always have, everything else will start conforming to that. It is our promise to you. How does that feel to you? You think it's possible to take the conditions out of things? Do you believe us when we say that everything that you do and everything that you want is because of the emotion that you believe will be generated as a result of that? In other words, once you come full circle into this, all right, so now you're on your way to the casino and you're with someone else, and the other person says, I feel like I'm going to win today. What would you like to insert into that conversation?
What would I say to them?
What would you like to insert into that conversation? I feel like I'm going to win.
You're already winning. You're winning right now.
I feel like I'm going to win, he says, as he tries to motivate himself and pump himself up into that. And you want to say, I feel like I'm going to have a really good time. I feel like I'm going to have fun. I feel like this is going to really feel fun. I feel like I'm going to feel my empowerment. I feel like I'm going to feel my intuitiveness. I feel like I'm going to feel my timing. I feel like I'm going to feel my inspiration. I feel like I'm going to feel my right place, my right timeness. I feel like I'm going to know where to go. I'm going to know what machine to be with, or what table to go to, or what group to join, or this is going to be really, really fun. This is going to be life-giving to me. I can feel the energy already beginning to move. I can feel that this is a culmination of a trajectory that's been in place for a while. I feel my inspiration to even participate and be here at this time is right timing and right place. I can really feel the rightness of this. Oh, you think you're going to win? Didn't say that. I think I'm going to have a really good time. I think I'm going to have a really good time. This is going to be really meaningful to me. What do you mean? Are you crazy? How can it be meaningful if you don't win? Because alignment is winning. And alignment brings money. Alignment brings vitality. Alignment brings clarity. Alignment brings satisfying relationships. Satisfying relationships don't bring alignment. Alignment brings satisfying relationships. Winning the lottery doesn't bring happiness. Happiness brings winning the lottery. You see what must come first? So, we know. You've been entrenched in life. Life's been happening all around you. And the conditions of your life have trained you into responses. And so this is a sort of reorienting your experience, where you're training yourself into emotional responses apart from the conditions. Unconditional responding, unconditional beingness, unconditional emotion, unconditional alignment, love, clarity, unconditional. And then the conditions are affected by that. We know, a lot of repetition here, but you're getting it. And what's coming next will support what you've gotten. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. More leading edge comments in these 2 hours than in a long, long time. The realization of the value of them is your personal adventure. It's going to be fun for you. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in your vortex. See you tomorrow.